finally, for my last formative assessment, I would use a self-assessment, which I gave the picture there in my document that shows the self-assessment, which applies to different subject areas in math that we learn at the same time as area and perimeter, which my objective is for area and perimeter. So we would be focusing on that particular day that I was teaching that objective. We'd be focusing on number 5 and number 6, which ask about if they feel comfortable with area and perimeter. And if you look at this website here, it says self-assessment, informative assessment. And it says research tells us that students who are taught to self-assess and self-evaluate on a regular basis become more responsible. Sharing and working with learning targets provide opportunities for students to self-assess continuously so they can see what they need to do to achieve and hit specific goals. So this is a really important form of formative assessment, not only for me as the teacher, but also for the students to make them more responsible. And I can see how they are feeling, whether they're feeling comfortable or not with the subject matter and whether we're achieving the objective. I'd like to show a little bit from this video from Edutopia about formative assessments at the beginning of the year, which relates to self-assessment because we have MAP testing at my school, and it's an important thing I work with the kids on, that they compare themselves to themselves. And they look at themselves, they look at their score, and they say, I think I can do better here. Let's say in math, or in reading, or in writing, or in science. Sorry, math or reading, or language arts, or science. Language usage. Math or reading, or language usage, or science. And then they decide what number they would like to reach. If they're at a 195, they can put down, I want to reach 205 next time. So let's listen to the video here.
Oh, we learned something a little bit different. At the beginning of the year, we do a variety of assessments. We have our MAP testing, which is a computerized assessment, and it gives us feedback as far as different literary strands and mathematical strands. And it breaks it down for each child and let us know what range they're in and how we could better group them, how we could better teach them within those groups.
I decided I want to be a police officer the day 2 officers came to our school.
So I included this because, especially in math, the kids look at their math grade and that's one of the big ones that they really want to work on. So it doesn't exactly apply to my objective, but overall it helps them because they're self-reflecting and self-assessing. And so they want to do better in their MAP grades, and they get tested in MAP 3 times a year, computerized testing. So that's also part of formative assessment.